Welcome to Voice of the Valley. I'm Emmy Moore Minister, and we're on location at the AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am. We'll be talking to PGA Tour professionals, club professionals, golf course superintendents, and people who are doing things to improve the quality of life for others through the game of golf. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Voice of the Valley right after this break.
Graduates of the First Tee learn more than how to play the game of golf. We learn values and life skills that stay with us on and off the golf course. Get involved today and support the First Tee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It's more than a game.
This event brings together tour pros, amateurs, and plenty of celebrities. So let's catch up with some of them right now. Your thoughts about the event here?
Oh, I love it. I've been lucky enough to be part of this as a broadcaster in one way or another since the late 70s. For years we had a talk show down here on KGO where Phil Harris was my co-host, and we had every celebrity you could possibly imagine come over and visit. So this is a part of my life. I think this is the greatest event in golf.
Well, the host professional, I can't believe we even get you for just a second here. I guess you brought the sun today, or what?
It changes every minute, this weather forecast, and I'm resigned to not even looking at the forecast anymore, because there's two things that are for sure around the Monterey Peninsula. One, the weather forecast always changes, so a forecast really isn't, valid after, if it's a 3-day forecast. And number two, I can't do anything about it.
That's right. But one thing you can say is that people come to this event and they have a good time.
Rain or shine, they have a great time. There's great celebrities, and I think this year there's a great celebrity field, and maybe it's due to the fact that it's a tough economy, and who's going to blame the celebrities for ponying up the dough and playing in a great event like this? And it's for charity, so there's so many great charities that benefit from this event. There's no reason for people to feel guilty about coming out to Pebble Beach and buying a ticket or playing in the event.
Well, this event has generated millions of dollars in charity, which is one thing that the PGA Tour does that's fantastic, giving back. And the history of this tournament is great. And you get the guys out here, and the pros are always very accommodating because they know that the rounds are longer than usual, and the charities in this area win. And in these economically difficult times, that's really the most important thing.
And don't you believe golf is a game for everyone? They keep saying golf was a white rich man's sport. I don't think so.
Well, golf started out as a white rich man sport, and then it's permeated to some color here and there. But it really is a game for everyone. The First Tee is a great example of helping different organizations and different kids. And I'm involved in this thing called New Links, which is with St. Andrews. And what they do is they take underprivileged kids and give them a kind of a trip to Scotland, and they play that area and they meet different kids. That's a great organization.
Your thoughts about charity and giving back through this game? You've been a big supporter.
Well, whatever little monies I'm able to win in these little challenges, I've always donated it to the Monterey Peninsula Fund. So. And
that's the local fund. Yeah. There's many people that benefit from that.
Exactly. And I'm like I said, I'm their guest, so anything I can do to pay back, I'm very excited to do so.
PJ, you've been involved with this event over the years in many different ways. What are you doing this year?
Well, this year I'm fortunate enough to be setting the whole locations on the back 9 of Pebble Beach, so I was able to set it up for today's event for the celebrity shootout, so that was fun to be able to put those whole locations out for the folks. But I go around every morning with the PGA Tour official, and he helps me with where exactly he wants to have the whole location. And if the weather doesn't cooperate, it's pretty important that we can put, at least for the first 3 days, a whole location that we can potentially move around a little bit that's fair to all players, but in case we have to make a brand new hole cut, it's still going to be in the basic general area, and it'll still be fair for the whole field. So it's pretty important that we get that job done right.
Tour events are not just about large purses. They're also about giving back to charity. This event here has a long history in raising millions of dollars for needy organizations in the community. Let's find out a little bit about them right now.
Well, in events like this, where people are obviously having a great time, but you're seeing how success can be used to affect the quality of lives of people who really don't have a lot to look forward to. If you do the work and you look at, how historically the people who get hurt worst are the people who can afford it least. When somebody's doing an event and tying it in with a charity, it's always phenomenal. It's the perfect thing to do. When you start doing that, you never stop. But the AT&T is a perfect example of tremendously successful people using an enormous event to help the quality of lives for a lot of people. I'm proud to be a part of it. But it's a great example for other people and corporations and corporate leaders.
Here we are, another year. And who's your charity of choice this year?
A scholarship at Boston College.
Okay, and
Kids from Chicago through there, so yeah.
Wonderful. And of course, the weather's great, it's wonderful, but the game of golf does so much for community.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I think they were talking that this tournament has raised $73 million in its history. I think they raised about $6.5 last year. So there's no other sport, any of the major sports that raise this much money for charity. So it's pretty special, and especially in a community like this where there's not a lot of big corporations, it's really important that this tournament thrive and continue to get the corporate sponsorships that it gets.
You've been participating in this event for years, and obviously you've got some ties to charity. A little bit about that.
MuseEd, that's the Project MuseEd is what my charity is. It's in LA. It's like a after-school kind of a place for kids to go, and it centers on music. So it's a pretty cool place. I mean, it gives kids something to do other than just to be out on the streets, and it's all about music. So I'm happy to we gave them $13,000 last year, so that was good.
I understand millions of dollars are raised every year for charities, and actually even this event raises several $1 million for charities within the community through the game of golf.
Certainly true. We have some statistics compiled by independent people, not from our own statistics, but in the year 2006, $323 million was raised in California for charity in golf. Now, if you think about this tournament, this is about $6 million. So we're talking about a lot of events all over the state, some professional events, but most especially just private charities having their outings or whatever events to raise money for the local hospital or whatever it is.
Golf gives back to community in so many ways. Let's find out how, and let's find out now. The Oakland Turfgrass Education Initiative. Did I get that right?
You did indeed.
Okay, OTEI for short. An organization that's doing wonderful things for youth in the community. Explain to me very briefly a little bit about.
Well, the program's designed to expose inner city youth in an organized curriculum the turfgrass industry, which is a very broad industry, and provides professional business opportunities to inner city youth that normally don't have the opportunity to be exposed to our industry.
Now, I understand it started in Oakland. It was a cooperative. It involves people from the Golf Course Superintendents Association like yourself, Mr. Gary Carls and Mr. Gary Ingram, fine folks who've given back. But it's really getting those kids to really take a look at opportunities or career opportunities in the future?
Correct. They're interested in golf. They're interested in the golf course. They like Gary Ingram very much. And so they're attracted to that. But what we do is expose them to the curriculum, to the principles that they're learning in school anyway, and applying them to this industry, which allows them to have a professional career.
You've given a lot back through your association. Charity has also been an aspect. Recently, tell me a little bit about the program regarding, I believe, a children's hospital.
Yeah, that was really exciting this year. Along with the other board members of the Northern California Golf Course Superintendents Association, we were able to align ourselves with the Children's Hospital of Oakland and make a modest donation that will hopefully be able to become an annual donation that will just go along, towards helping that hospital with routine things like getting blankets for the visiting family members, books for the children so they don't hear the same stories over and over again. It was a great day. The contribution was really just a small part of it. It was really the tour that we got that really opened our eyes to the needs of even such a successful hospital and such a prominent hospital, that they really do need even just small contributions to keep their boat moving, I guess.